Praise the Lord. Good morning. Sitting out here by the water in an undisclosed location, talking to the Most High God. High God. Just walking around in my mind and with the Holy Ghost of God with my eyes closed. But for some reason, I know when he pointed this or that in my mind and in my heart, I got to kick it out. I've always been perplexed and have wondered how certain people, and I'm certain of this, can mistreat the good man or the good woman. It goes both ways. But treat the drug dealer, the stripper, the streetwalker, the gangbanger. I've always wondered why. Hey, love, good morning. Let's say, case in point, Carrie got some wonderful parents. She got two wonderful parents. And they treat one another wonderfully. They have been through the attrition and contrition of life and have been married many decades. And that's because they have grown old and older together. But I just refuse to believe in my heart and mind that we don't have a choice in the matter when we can choose a good man or a good woman. Now, mistreatment only becomes mistreatment when the person that is acting a fool, being a fool, male or female, husband or wife, because actors in Hollywood and actresses are in Hollywood. But if you are waiting on a man, I'm going to say a man because the marriage is kingdom. The man leads the family. He has the hard duties. The wife has the soft duties. Although women are just as eligible, available, and viable, can do just as much as a man and some. I read an article the other week, again, about how a woman, not a wife, a female, uses more of the left side of her brain, which is the analytical side, at any given time than a man will ever. That's because how she's wired. She's wired to be a real thinking and reasoning being, but she has an additive in there called harmonic emotions that sometimes can not blind or shade her decision or judgment, but because of this this physical ability to give birth to a child, and a man never having been in incubation. Y'all do know Adam was formed of the dust of the ground. So this extra added ingredient of a harmonial emotional state gives her more the inclination to hear demons out, evil people out, keep giving people chances. This is a woman. And I'm just telling you how delicate and how much of a built-in mechanism of pity that a woman has. But in a relationship, I won't change gears on you, but I got to get to my subject. And or marriage, a marriage is a relationship. You got to be friends before you lovers. You got to like the person, not just love them. You got to like being with them. You got to like the conversation. You got to like their mind, their ideologies, how they think. You can't just love them. Sex is not love. Fighting is not love. Domestic violence prone episodes and making up is not love. Fisticuffs is not love. 2 o'clock in the morning is not relationship, it's relations. So I was sitting here thinking about, recently my email account was hacked and I lost all my stuff. I mean, everything. I mean, from 1984 forward, I have no information, no pictures, no diplomas, no No pictures from Germany, Israel, none of my time in the military, no childhood pictures, pictures of me and my dad and my son. Someone hacked my account and all that is gone. I feel kind of naked and like I have no identity. I've been stripped and ripped, and they hacked my account. I mean, all my check stubs, all my poetry, all my music, all my writings, stuff from the 6th grade, drawings, you name it. A 19-year Hotmail account. So that's been weighing on me and heavy on me, and I feel kind of, I don't know, just numb and like I have no identity. And that's 20 years of not just purposely putting something together. And so I had a relationship with my Hotmail. I liked my Hotmail. I knew everything in my Hotmail. Me and my Hotmail grew up together. I fought Hotmail for a week trying to get back into my own account, giving them passwords, subject of emails, email addresses. I had my Hotmail connected to my Yahoo. So I tried to backdoor through my Yahoo, go back to my Hotmail there. And the guy said, man, we peered into the account, sir. He said, and nothing's there. Everything that you said was there, sir, is not there no longer. That's why we can't give you the account. There's no folders named Mama. There's no folders named Music. There's no folders named Ministry. There's no folders named Cook or Lake County, Will County, Kane County. There's no folders named Gang Interventionist. There's no folders named Lone Sheep Ministries. There's no Pentagon files, no military records, no medical records, no high school, Lee High School, Butler High School. There's no University of Maryland. There's no University of Central Texas files. Nothing. So all that is gone, and I've been kind of miffed and perturbed, disturbed. There's someone, then he goes, and sir, I hate to say this, but someone also has been mass sending porn using the email address and account. He said, we disavowed the account, but your email address is still tied. Your name is still tied to the email. So 3,658 people in my personal email account are receiving porn from me, spam, marketing, you name it. And the relationship I had with my Hotmail account was memories, pictures of my mom when she was young, pictures of my dad pitching horseshoes, and family reunions, pictures of my mom and her sisters and brothers together, you know, when they were young and in their 30s, and pictures of my uncle in the Marine Corps. And that's the reason why I went into the military outside the streets. You know, I used to see him come on from the Marine Corps, and I used to love to see him in his uniform. And my grandmother kept the uniform to the day she died. It was up on her bed when we cleaned out her house. His uniform, pressed and clean in plastic. Sentimental value, but relationship. So, just sitting here by the water and just wondering how certain people, the Bible says a certain man or a certain woman, just wondering how certain people, excuse me, I'm trying to hold myself together, can take mistreatment and keep taking it. And keep taking it. It's different if you got a soldier coming home from Vietnam or Operation Restore Hope or Operation Kurdistan or Operation Mystic Star. I shouldn't be saying this, but it's true. Operation Backdoor Tiger or Operation Black Cobra or Operation Timber. You know, it's different when you come back and you convoluted and discombobulated and stuff from stuff you've seen and done for money or for the military or for, you know, in the streets. It's different, you know, and there's a cause and effect is why this husband or this wife is acting a fool. But when you can take a gang member, cook for him, have his food ready, he coming in from off the streets doing wrong. I worked in Inglewood, North Chicago, Carpentersville, Maywood, Romeoville. I've been all over this area dealing with gang members and gang bangers and gangsters. All in Cook, Lake, Will, Kane, and McHenry County. Making house calls to killers and murderers and savages and uneducated young black males that look like me who have the same rights to better yourself, but instead you chose this. You want to veer. And I would walk in the house to talk to them about enrolling in GED class, talking to them about anger management classes, life skills, talking to them about bettering themselves, a socialist, but not a social worker. And I would smell some of the, excuse me, nicest food cooking. Uneducated, violent, got better things than I got in my house. Got a bigger house or a better apartment. Breaking the law, doing what you can do to survive. And you walk in and food cooking. Cooking for a gangbanger. I'm not jealous, let me teach you. Cooking for a savage. Cooking for an uneducated young black male. Cooking for maybe an educated, violent drug dealer. Cooking for maybe an educated, secretive drug lord. I've seen it all. But I've always been perplexed how any woman or man, how can you cook for the gang member, but you won't cook for the soldier? How can you take care of the stripper, the ungodly woman? I'm not saying the stripper's ungodly. We just say an ungodly woman, one who doesn't believe in righteousness, doing the will of God, even just a little bit. My mother used to say, and my dad used to say, if you just try to be good, you blessed. I once heard it that there's a try and triumphant. I once heard it that the only something that beats a failure is a good old-fashioned try. But in this day and age, because of how people think, their minds and hearts, because of racism, watch this, and ghettoism, a lot of people are messed up when they should have righteous thinking. Close your eyes and don't see the color of this person. I don't have white friends and black friends. I don't have a box of crayons. I don't have Caucasian friends or African American or American. I say American African friends. I have friends. If I refer to a person according to their race, it's because maybe I got two friends named Jim. I say my white friend named Jim, or my white friend named Doug. Listen to that. Every morning they going south. Y'all hear that? Man, God. But how many of us have, watch this, flocked and hung out with the wrong gang? Your gang can be righteous, the apple dumpling gang. Your gang can be street, devil struck. Gang don't always have to be something bad. But as I sat here by the water, I started just really thinking about back down memory lane and asking myself, why do people, why do men, why do women, why you got to go get a horrible man? Not that you went looking for him, but in some instances, some of y'all have a horrible man or husband, or have a horrible wife or girlfriend or fiance. And what gets me is, this is what gets me. When I was married, I would make the case in point. You cook for the drug dealer that you used to date. You cook for your ex-husband that used to whoop you and fight you. You cook for the man that wasn't your man. And the same thing with women or sisters. When I say sister, I'm not talking about color, but sometimes I say sister, I'm talking about this, for real, because of how I grew up and what I've seen. My mother and my father, biological mom and dad, my mama and papa were married 39 years with 8 children. And I saw my dad get up and go to work. I saw him sick. I saw him with emphysema and heart attacks and cancer and stuff. I saw him holding on to stuff just to walk. In the last 2 years I had him, I'm not going to go into it. When I took care of my dad, I saw him deteriorate from a strong, viral man, and I saw his muscles and his bones, and I saw death and sickness and disease just take my beautiful papa down. I saw how he changed physically and mentally. But he was a good man. Strong man, a soldier. Good man. My mom is a good woman. Beautiful woman. They got together. He lied about his age to marry. He said he was 23 and she was 18, but he was 28. And didn't find out how old he was until they've been married about 10 years. I still laugh about that. But 39 years of marriage, 8 children. We lost a child. They lost a child when we were young. Now it's 3 girls and 1 boy left. I'm the only boy. I used to be the middle child. Now I'm the only boy. And I got 3 sisters. 1 older and 2 younger. My twin sister is deceased as well. But I've always wondered, how can a man, let me say this, take care of, now everybody got to be taken care of. Hey, Wilhelmina. But I've always wondered, how can a man mistreat, watch this, saved, smart, educated woman? She cooked. She clean, not just a house, she clean. She has hygiene. She has manners. She looks good inside and out. But you mistreat her. And on the flip side, I've always wondered, how can a woman mistreat a saved, smart, intelligent, same thing, well-to-do, work hard, give anything, protect, provide, pray. My dad tells all the time, you protect, you provide, and you pray. You protect, you provide, and you pray. But then I had to stop doing that because our Father in heaven, and He is our Father. God is not racist. If God is racist, then everything you pray for will come true if you're racist. If God is racist and everything you did evil in the form of racism, you wouldn't be charged with a crime. If God was racist, then hate crimes would be all across this land. Excuse me. If God was racist, then everything wrong will be okayed all across this land, in this country, in this world. It says God is a spirit, and they that worship Him must worship Him in spirit and in truth, in John 4:24. But I just wonder, let me leave this alone, how you cook for the gangbanger. You cook for the thief. You cook for the thug. And just because somebody tell the truth about your African American race, don't mean they racist. People get mad at me when they say, you talking about our folks, our color. I'm talking about your actions. Because when you quit school, you're going to steal, kill, and destroy. Because that's the only way you're going to be able to make it. I was watching Eyewitness News, Chicago, Channel 7, ABC, and breaking news came on. Chicago police had to do what they do. They are the police. They police society, and they got to police us. And this youngin' had unfortunately met his demise in the end at the hands of the police. He had pulled a gun on them, and they had to do what they do, just like he wanted to do. He wanted to do with that phone. And I saw a young man that I been trying to help on the news. He says this. He goes, ain't no jobs out here for us. And when I saw him, I said, you know what? Why did you get on TV and make that asinine statement about ain't no jobs out here for us? Watch this. I was watching the news, breaking news. Police and gunned down this youngin' because he pulled a gun on him in front of all these folks, and the police had to let go. He tried to let go with his, and they won. And I saw one of my students, young man, I'm trying to help, gang member, gonna get on ABC 7 and say, why ain't no jobs out here for us? And I caught him And I asked him, why would you get on TV and say that asinine statement? Ain't no jobs ain't for us. What you mean, Bro Davis? I said, did you finish school? No. Do you have a diploma, a degree? No. I said, how many felonies you have? He just lowered his head. I had to get him. I said, the only somebody that's hiring, violent, uneducated, won't listen, won't work, stealing, killing, destroying, shooting up neighborhoods, selling dope, is the graveyard and prison. That's the only place that's hiring. So the relationship that a lot of us have, the first one y'all have is with God. I was talking to Carrie this morning. We were talking about memories. And she said, sometimes I think Alzheimer's is a good idea. I said, no. I said, we need sometimers to forget some things. Excuse me. But I thank God for my memory. So as not to, sit around and perseverate or stew over what is happening, because I do that. Sometimes I latch hold of something and it gets stuck in my cud like a cow, and I just chew it and it makes me angry and I need to let it go. But the memory that I do have of mistreatment, I thank God for the memory. I hate the mistreatment. But by having the memory of the mistreatment, it will cause and persuade me not to take this mistreatment again. And then sometimes we meet people who've been mistreated, this beautiful man or woman, and we got to put up with their mistreatment because they've been mistreated until they get it out of their system, because they've been abused at the hands of someone else. So we got to, if you love the person, the man or the woman, and you know you can make it with them, and you see great potential and a great chance at living happily ever after, go for it. I know I have, and I am. You see somebody you think you know or you believe you can make it with. If you see somebody, if they got issues from being with somebody else, if it's anger or they've been mistreated or domestic violence prone episodes from this man or woman, and you seeing them or you love them or you like them and you think you got a chance with them, go for it. You got to put up with their abuse. I hate to say it, it is abuse. Because they've been abused. Hurt people hurt others. And so, if you can make it with somebody, try as hard as you can to make it with them. But watch this. But if you are dealing with someone who won't change, run. I'm going to tell you why. If you've been with this person, let's say since 2004, and we're going into 19, that's 15 years. Watch this. Let's do the math. Let's say you got a husband or a wife, girlfriend or boyfriend, good friend or bad friend or whatever, and you've been waiting on them to change since January 1st, 2004. And here it is, January 1st. Hey, brother, 2019, that's 15 years. If this person hasn't changed in 15 years, it don't mean they not going to change. They may not change with you. Now, when you love somebody, truly love them, not just saying it, and you don't want that pain of not being with them, and guess what? You'll put change on leeway, you'll seek it, because if your own conscience can't push you or compel or propel you to change, then they become your second conscience and you'll change. Trust me. But if you've been with this person 15 years and they haven't changed, I'm not saying leave. Let me say that. I'm not saying pack their stuff. What I'm saying is this. If you've been with somebody 15 years, 8 years, 9 years, knowing or naive, if you've been with somebody 10 years, 2 years, that's right. That's right. That's right. If you've been with somebody 2 years, watch this, or 15 years, or 8 or 9 or 12 or 11, the only common denominator of all the different types of or numbers of years I've mentioned is you can't get those years back. So if you've been with somebody 2 years, oh yeah, you're going to cry over it. It's 2 years. You've been with somebody 4 years, 8 years, 12 years, 15, 20, whatever. But this is the case and point I'm trying to make. You not only can you not get those years back, let's say if you were somebody from 20 to 40 and they don't change and you don't have no children, you don't have no posterity. That's 2 decades. That's prime lifetime. You can't get back. So you're going to realize, hey, I lost 20 years messing around with this clown. Hey, I lost 15 years messing around with this clown. And Carrie, you're right. The person can heal the one who has been abused. And you said this person can choose to treat you right. That's right. Now watch this. I was talking to a partner of mine. And he was talking about why he don't understand why his wife want to leave him after 21 years. Crying like a 12-year-old on the phone. Now, I let them do it. I have it on speaker. I'll be sitting there watching TV when they get through done and snorting like a horse and going on. I said, bro, how many years she been asking you to stop doing the same old thing? I said, bro, how many years have she been asking you to stop cussing her out? Stop fighting her. And I hope you're not fighting her. Stop hitting her. And I pray you're not hitting her. Oh, I just can't stand that. Calling her out of name. We have heated arguments. How many times she been asking you not to call her stupid and dumb? How many years you been trying to assassinate her behind her back with her parents or with her folks or friends? Men do that. Women do too. But a woman, she ain't trying to assassinate you. She telling on you. When a man comes to some parents and start talking about how bad the daughter is, that means he doing something wrong. When a man go to his wife's parents and start talking about his wife to his parents, that means he doing something wrong and he trying to head her off from telling on him. But most women are not going to tell on their husbands because they are ashamed of the behavior of the husband, so they're not going to tell the parents. A lot of y'all don't know that, but that's the truth. They're not. They're going to take that abuse. They're going to take it. Now, if the parents been married for many years, she sure ain't going to tell. Because my mom and dad married 39 years. You think I want to tell them that I have married the devil's sister? You think I want to tell my parents that my marriage was failing? I was ashamed. As I leave this alone. But why is it y'all take care of the drug dealer, the gangster, the racist, the ghetto boy, the gang member, the street chemist? Why is it you take care of the horrible AZZ? It's a euphemism, it's wrong, but I got to spell it. Man. The hellacious woman, go to the strip club, throw all your money at the woman that's not yours. My son is just exiting the Navy, and I used to tell him, if you go to the strip club, you take $2. He'll start laughing. Dad, why $2? You throw one when you come in, you throw one when you leave, you only lost $2. And he would laugh and kill himself crying. You are something. I said, yeah, Junior, take you $2. I said, I ain't gonna try to tell you to stay out of the joint because I was a soldier, a young soldier, you a young sailor. I said, if you go, take $2. I love my child. He's something else. But we can't, as I leave this, we can't be Jonah. When you disobey God, Jonah went down, 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 down. When you disobey somebody God has sent to help your life, to change your life, to heal your life, to make your life better. I ain't talking about caveman mentality. You can disobey somebody by mistreating them. So when Jonah got on that ship and then go to Joppa, but went to Tarshish, instead of going 500 miles this way, he went 2,500 miles that way, 5 times out of the way, and 5 means grace of God. And the storm came. And the mariners were throwing their wares into the sea. And I find it amazing when I first started studying that scripture, how mariners would throw their stuff into the sea in order for the ship, the relationship, the friendship, the partnership, the leadership, the worship, the warship, the battleship, the friendship. I just find it amazing that it says that they were so afraid of the storm. It was a tempestuous Euroclydon, talks about in the book of Acts, which is a storm sent of God. Tempest, tempestuous Euroclydon. Euroclydon is a storm. tempestuous, it's angry. So these angry storms of life in the form of people that are relationships or marriages or friendships, partnerships. Watch this. The storm didn't start until Jonah got on board. Who have we allowed to get on board our life? And the storm is raging. Sometimes the storm don't rage until you get that final push. Sometimes the storm been there for 8, 9, 10, 12, 20 years. And it's not gonna ever cease. But some of us have allowed people to come on board our lives. And the storm has been going on for years. Raging. God has delivered you from the storm of a person. The storm of a marriage or relationship. And He has provided and sent us on our way. Who have you got caught up in your storm? Sometimes I wonder what is going on. Who have we allowed to hurt our mind and heart? You can't get back them 20 years you gave away in the form of a marriage. You can't get back them 10 years that you throw away. You gave away 8 or 9 years that are gone, never to return. I just wonder why we give people significant chances at hurting us. I just wonder why we can allow the same man or woman to hurt us over and over again. And then I think about the Lord. How He puts up with me and He puts up with you. That's how we can put up with people that keep hurting us time and time again. Just a little bit of God in our mind and heart blesses us to give people time and time again. I've discovered that just having a little bit of God in us causes us to put up with that horrible man, to put up with that horrible woman. I've discovered that just having just a little bit of God in us causes us to take care of the ruthless drug dealer, cooking and washing his clothes. And I've discovered that taking care of the stripper, the streetwalker, the porn star, is because we got a little bit of God in us. But then I also discovered that sometimes we lean on the foolishness in us to keep on putting up with a hellacious man. The fool have said in his heart, this is Psalms 14:1, there is no God. And you probably wonder why I keep putting up with this horrible man. Why I keep putting up with this horrible woman. You got just a mustard seed in you somewhere. But then sometimes we can have just a little foolishness in us. And we can lean, thinking we're leaning toward the mustard seed of God, when actually we're leaning toward the foolishness. The fool have said in his heart, there is no God. So when we deal with hellacious men or women who have been mistreating us and cussing us out and calling us names and fighting us for years, they can bombard us and browbeat us to a weak point where we think we're doing the will of God by taking abuse. But then if you start leaning further toward the mustard seed, you start saying, hey, this guy, this man, this woman, this fool is mistreating me. And then you start in a little bit trickle out about how the man or woman is treating you. You'll stop cooking. You'll stop cleaning. You'll stop giving. You'll stop touching. You'll stop loving. You've been begging him. You've been begging her for years. Stop cussing me out. Can't we do this weekend? You'll stop washing his clothes. You'll stop kissing. You'll stop touching intimately. You'll be like 2 trains passing. And I've been through this. And I waited for 8 years, going on 9, for a great change to take place. And the more I prayed for this person to change, the better I got. because I put up with the mistreatment. I had the what they call the evermore hope. I lived in a land called hope and expectation. I kept praying and praying and thinking with an expected hope that it was going to happen. But you know what? You're right. I'm glad you said that, Gary. People bring many hurts into a new relationship. But the most beautiful thing in the world is to work together through the storms. Now, discussing mistreatment, frustration, and paths, that's right. It's the key to happiness. And your mom and dad have a wonderful child. Your mom and dad have a deep, beautiful, saved, smart child. And I don't mean child as in behavior, but child of God, Gary. And I thank you for saying that. Beat me to the punch. But the silent treatment is when you've done something wrong. The silent treatment is when you hurt your husband or your wife. The silent treatment is when the son or the daughter has done something wrong to the parents. The silent treatment is when the brother or sister have hurt one another. But if you in a marital relationship and your husband or your wife is keep saying to you, baby, stop cussing me. Baby, stop hurting me. Baby, I hate when you say this. Then they start calling you by your first name. And then they start calling you out your name. Then they stop, say my name, say my name. You in trouble. You have put that divorce, you have put that breakup on their way. You have prepared that good man or a good woman to probably step out on you. I'm sorry, it's the truth. I know for 8+ years I tried and cried and prayed. I never stayed out night, not one time. I never stepped out in 8.5 years of a marriage. I went to church on Wednesday, worship service. I went to Friday night prayer vigil. I went to Sunday school meetings Sunday morning. I went to Sunday school teachers meeting on Wednesday nights. Every Sunday that I could, sick or well, I would be on the perch of God. And everywhere I went, the lamb was sure to go, but she didn't go nowhere with me. 8.5 years, I think we went to worship service 2 times together. And you can't go this way and I go that way and we arrive at the same destination. The Bible says, how can 2 agree unless they walk together? In Ecclesiastes, the 4th chapter, 2 are better than 1 because they have a reward for their labor. 2 are better than 1 because when you're cold, you got somebody to hold on to. I like sleeping on the couch and bagging my back up to the back of the couch because I don't like sleeping alone, and then because I'm a twin too. But real talk, some of y'all have prepared that good man or woman to leave you alone. Some of y'all have prepared that great man or great woman to leave you alone. Some of y'all have put the fetal position of pain on layaway because you mistreated a beautiful person, a beautiful woman like Carrie, a beautiful man, a beautiful person like King David. Some of y'all have put the fetal position on a layaway of God. And when it comes, you're going to drink everything. And when it comes, you're going to think everything. And when it comes, you're going to try everything. And when it comes, you're going to text message everything. And when it comes, you're going to threaten everything. And when it comes, blame nobody but yourself. When you lose that good husband or good wife, When you lose a good man or good woman. When you put this fetal position of pain on layaway of God. When you miss them hot meals and that hot body. When you miss that lovely face and that lovely heart. When you miss that 36, 24, 38. When you miss that tall, dark, and handsome. When you miss that short, light skin and fine. When you miss that tall, white, and intelligent and handsome. When you miss that Chinese, Russian, or Polish, or when you miss that great man or great woman. Just cry, 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 cry. Some of y'all have prepared that beautiful woman. Some of y'all have prepared that beautiful man. Some of y'all have put your pain on layaway. Take it. As I land God's airplane. You had 10 years to get it right. You had 20 years to get it right. You had 8 years to get it right. You had 7 years to get it right. You had 1, 2, 3, German. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why does it take you losing somebody? Why does it take you losing that beautiful woman, that beautiful wife? Why does it take you losing that praying man, that protecting man, that providing man? Why does it take divorce and separation for you to realize you done messed up? Why does it take you trying to scandalize your wife's name with her parents? They got the air show over here. I like that. That's an old one too. Y'all hear it? That's an old Air Force plane. Why does it take you losing a possible happily ever after with this beautiful person, regardless of race, creed, color, or religion, for you to finally get it? And you've done so much damage to the person. I don't care what you text. I don't care what you tell. I don't care what you type. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you send. They ain't coming back. They love you. They feel bad for you. But their heart is no longer with you. Their prayers are with you. They need their heart and mind for themselves. They need their heart and mind for their parents. They need the heart and mind for their children. They need the heart and mind for children. They need the heart and mind for the next man or woman. They need the heart and mind for the next job, the next location, the next city. They need the heart and mind for the next person. They need the heart and mind to make it through life. And they had to take their heart and mind back from you in order to save themselves. Play this back. Why does it take you losing your husband or wife that's a good man or woman in order for you to get it? Why are you cooking for the drug dealer, the street runner? Why are you cooking for the stripper and the porn queen, and you won't take care of the good woman or the good man? Why are you cussing out that good woman? Everybody have arguments and disagreement. Why are you calling that saved, smart, intelligent woman dumb? Why won't you listen to that saved, smart, intelligent man calling him dumb and stupid? Why are you cussing out that intelligent woman and she got just as much education as your parole officer, your probation officer, your counselor, your doctor, but you won't listen to her at all? She got 8 years education and your doctor got 8 years education. Why won't you listen to your husband who's saved, smart, and loves you, but you listen to the bartender? You listen to the gay beautician. You have put that man or woman on layaway to leave you, and you did it to yourself. I feel better now. God bless you. God keep you is my prayer, real talk. And I just pray that when you do hit bottom, that you don't lose your mind. When your conscience returns and you realize how much you dogged this woman out and dogged this man out who were good to you, I pray your conscience don't kill you. Peace. Real talk. One.